I'm Effie and this is What Effie Reads.
I was lost but you helped me find my way, tainted by a desire, 'cause I was scared to face the truth. You pulled me out from my anxiety.
It's the start of a new month, so it's time for me to play my TBR game. For those that are new here, each month I play a game of Pokémon, and then basically whichever Pokémon I encounter decides what books I'm going to read this month. As it is the start of a new year, I am going to be switching things up just a little bit. I made a few changes to the prompts attached to each Pokemon type, and I'm also going to just add some general rules in. The first thing is every month I'm going to start off with 4 books that I'll be adding to my TBR. However, if I encounter the same Pokemon twice, I will then have to add an extra book to my TBR. In addition, in Pokemon, there are Pokemon that are dual type. Where possible, I will try and pick a book that covers both types. However, where I can't do that, I may add 2 books in the place of a single book. I hope that makes sense. Obviously, as we play the game, it'll kind of hopefully make sense then. So there are 18 different types of Pokemon in the game, and I will just quickly run through what the prompts associated to each type are. So for a grass type, I need to pick one of my books that will self-destruct. I will have a video of those books coming out later this month. Basically, I have to pick one of the books from that list. For a normal type, I need a book that is under 300 pages. For a rock type, a big book. If I encounter an electric type, I need to pick a romance. For a ground type, I need to pick a non-fiction. For a dark type, it's a horror. A dragon type is a fantasy. A steel type is a Terry Pratchett book. As you can see, I have all the Discworld Collector's Library editions, so I want to actually start working my way through them. For a fairy type, it's a middle grade book. Fire type is a hyped book. A water type is a buddy read. An ice type is a pet pick. So I will pick a random selection of books and then get my cat to pick one of the books from that selection. A fighting type is a book outside my comfort zone. A poison type is a book that has sprayed or stenciled edges. A flying type features witches. For a psychic type, I need to open YouTube and pick a book that I think the first booktuber I see there would recommend or like. For a bug type, I need to pick a book from my bug pot, which you can just about see it next to my skeleton. See that red thing? In there, I will have a selection of lucky stars, and written on the reverse will be a mixture of books that have generally been bugging me and prompts. I'll also pop in like my priority reads for the year, so it'll be a random pick out of that. And then for a ghost type, I need to read an historical fiction. In addition to this, there are 3 Pokemon that if I encounter, there is a specific prompt attached to it. So if I encounter a Vulpix or a Ninetales, B will pick a book. If I encounter an Eevee, that is a wild card, so I can add absolutely any book to my TBR. And if I encounter a Ditto, I can change one of the books on my TBR. That is how the game works. I think that's everything. This year I'm just going to be including physical and ebooks on my TBR lists, whilst I do read a lot of audiobooks, I just want to like leave them a little bit more random. Oh, and one final rule is if in a month I don't manage to complete all of the books on my TBR as decided by my Pokemon game, I will have to add a book to my TBR the next month that is completely random. So I have all of my books catalogued and I will just run a random number generator, and whatever book gets pulled from that random number generator, I will have to add to my TBR the following month. I can try and work it into the prompt, but regardless, I have to add it to my TBR. So for this month, as a little kind of New Year's treat, I am going to be playing this game with B. So we will watch through my game of Pokemon and he will get to pick my books. So it could be a lot of fun. It could be really interesting. We'll see. So I hope you enjoy it. And now I'm going to move through to the living room so I can watch my game with B and he can pick. So we're through in the living room now and we've got B. And first things first, I need to see at what point in the game we start from. Yes, thank you.
We got there.
So I have opened up my random number generator and I need to bring up a number between 1 and 53. So we are starting at 47 minutes in. If we get to the end of the game without at least having 4 encounters, we will loop back round to the start. Oh, there's an electrical current running across the...
No, it's
So, the first Pokemon...
Grass.
Yes, but what is it?
It's an appeared to be caught one. Bounsweet. That's
Bounsweet, and that's definitely a grass
that
type.
is, yes. I know my Pokemon.
Okay, so for grass type, it's a book that will self-destruct in 11 months.
You said you had a list?
Yes, so I will bring up the list for you. Okay, so the first book that I'm adding to my TBR is Witches Steeped in Gold by, I think it's Shannon Smart. So book number 1, let's see what my next encounter was.
Yeah, right. Ready? 1, 2, 3. No. Gotta do the thing.
Okay.
Right. 1, 2,
2,
3.
3.
Ah! Sorry.
Okay, let me get my, because that's the one where I've got to open up YouTube, isn't it?
YouTube, pick a book that you think the first booktuber you see has recommended or you think will like.
Okay, so let's see what book Jess Owens.
Okay.
So do you want me to like go to her account and see if
Not at 4 hours. Oh, that's 4 hours ago. So it's 4 hours long. Yeah, we can.
well,
do.
that's DNF, so that's like the opposite of recommended.
But we can.
She does have her best of the year one, so I don't know if you want.
Yeah, should we go for that then?
So open up one of her best. I don't know if they're listed in the description.
Books mentioned. So do you know any of these?
I don't own those. I've already read that one. I own that one. Don't own that one.
Oh,
Own
Razorblade Tears and
So I'm gonna add Razorblade.
Razorblade Tears.
Cool. Okay, so the second book that I'm adding to my TBR is a book that is recommended by Jess Owens, and it is Razorblade Tears by S.A. Cosby, I believe. Okay, should we see what the next Pokemon is?
Yeah.
I think I got to the end, didn't I?
I think that might have been the last one before. There we go.
There we go,
Yeah, so
big boy. Was it a boy? Was it a boy before I misgender it?
It will show up
Before I
in the
misgender the snob.
No, it was a female.
Oh!
Right, so shall I go and find a book under 300 pages?
Oh, is
That's
Snorlax just a normal type?
Just a normal, yeah.
Okay, cool. So B is off to the library to find a book under 300 pages.
Okay.
Wish him luck. Firstly, sorry to anyone that's been hearing a buzzing in the background. We completely forgot to turn the dehumidifier off. Yes, it was all on me. And B's back with a book under 300 pages. B has picked 1000 Paper Cranes by Takayuki Ishii. And it is very short, in fact. It is.
Bear in mind, there's quite a bit of stuff at the back that isn't story.
Yeah. Well, even if you include the appendices, it's only 97 pages long. So that is book 3. So let's see what my next encounter was. This might be my shortest TBR to date, and I'm happy about that.
So what we got? Oh yes, I think I might know what your next one is.
So the next Pokemon I encountered was
Scorpy.
And what?
Poison bug, I believe.
Oh. So I haven't made up my bug pot yet. So you're gonna have to pick a book you think is one that is bugging me or that I'm gonna want to read.
I have no
that has
idea.
Sprayed or stenciled edges.
I have no idea, genuinely.
Okay, so B's back, and what have you picked for me, B? Okay, B's deliberately put it back in the box, but B has picked the Fey Crate edition of The Niche and Smile by CJ Mowild. So that wasn't a dual type, was it?
Yeah, it was that was.
Oh yes, it was.
Sprayed stenciled edges, but you said you hadn't.
But you've managed to get one that counts for both.
Yeah.
So that is my 4th and final book. I'm quite happy. I think I've got a couple of chunky books on my list.
And one very small one to balance it out.
So remind me what I've got. I've got The Niche and Smile, 1000 Paper Cranes, Razor Blade Tears, and
what was the last one?
Which is Steeped in Gold.
That's one, yeah.
Okay, so that's my list. In addition to that, the Queer Picture Book Club pick for January is Juliet Takes a Breath, the graphic novel. I've also got Little Thieves, which is Rose Patreon pick. And I've got a buddy read with Shannon, which I need to double check what it is. But I think it's Corrupt by Penelope Douglas. And I think that's all my books for January. And I think that's all from us. So thank B for joining me today. And until next time, bye.
There's a place